Hi, everybody. This is Tom Papa. On behalf of Live From Here, I travel around the country trying to shine a light on all the good people in America. This week, I'm still out in America to you, but to me, I'm actually home in Southern California. We're in the middle of winter out here, which is the uncomfortable period when temperatures start out in the high 40s and only get to about 66 by noon. For the soft West Coasters, these are tough times indeed. Whatever the temperature, I won't be going outside much today. I'm home because I have a rare thing in my life, a day off. I woke up to the sound of my dog Bella growling and barking in my office. Expecting to get in a fight with an intruder, I pulled up my sweatpants so they wouldn't inhibit my karate kicks and headed upstairs. I found Bella barking and slobbering at the window as an elderly woman pushed her tiny dog in a stroller at a menacing 1 mile per hour. My dog only picks fights she has a chance of winning, so I thanked Bella for protecting me from those two marauders, and we went off to the kitchen. On these rare days when I don't have to bolt out of the house, I like to take the morning rituals and stretch them out as long and as far as they can go. There's no greater joy than sitting at the kitchen table with coffee, the newspaper, while listening to the traffic report on the radio. It's especially sweet when they explain a backup on the route you normally take. I know it's not nice to wish traffic and misery on other people, but for some reason, it just feels so damn good. This morning, the only route I have to worry about is between the table and the coffee maker, and from here, it looks wide open. Have you ever pressed the button on the coffee maker, walked away, and realized you forgot to put a mug under it? I have. I guess it's traffic karma. The paper is filled with stories about the upcoming Super Bowl. It's the last big event before the long stretch of seemingly endless winter days. There are no real holidays left until spring, so it's best to load up on nachos and chicken wings and hide under the covers till spring. It's the end of January, and everybody seems shocked at how quickly the year is going by. They act like we should be running out of our homes and starting our Christmas shopping already. My resolutions are still standing, and 2020 feels pretty good. It feels solid. This will be a decade they can talk about at the end of the millennium, unlike the aughts and the tens that will always be vague and misleading to future generations. And just hearing the phrase the 20s makes me hopeful despite the news of the day. Of course, Australia didn't get off to a great start, and we seem to be dancing around war with Iran, and we're faced with a long presidential campaign. That will be as much fun as drowning in quicksand while being bitten on the face by fire ants. But if you could lose 5 pounds by March, it could be a pretty good year. I got so much diet advice from everyone in my life during the holidays that I don't know what I'm supposed to eat for breakfast today. Why is it that everyone in my life suddenly thinks they're a nutritionist? I think they're watching too many documentaries on Netflix. My brother-in-law says I'm supposed to eat that keto diet where you starve yourself of carbs and your body starts to devour itself. That sounds like a good way to lose a few pounds, but giving up bread is not an option in my life. My other friend says I should eat that paleo diet like the cavemen, but his breath smells like a woolly mammoth's feet, so I'm going to skip that one. A lot of my friends are going vegan, which I tried for an afternoon, and I did feel better about myself, or rather, better than everybody else. But I didn't realize that means no butter, eggs, or fun, so that's a pass. My sister read an article in the New York Times that said that if we don't stop eating sugar, our teeth will fall out. We'll lose our hair, and our hearts will explode. My other sister said the same thing about dairy. But ice cream is so good, I have to say, it might be worth it. Oh yeah, and no more processed foods, no trans fats, and absolutely no soy. My wife said I should eat a plant-based diet. I like the sounds of that. I like a diet that isn't too extreme, that's just kind of based on something. Based on plants. I could do that. So I'll base dinner on carrots and celery, but if there happens to be a burger on the side of them, no one gets hurt. I've decided that the only self-proclaimed expert worth listening to, as always, is my mother. She told me to stop being stupid and that I better eat even more before I waste away to nothing. She's like Dr. Phil, Dr. Oz, and Oprah all rolled into one and covered in maple syrup. Have you ever eaten breakfast, realized you forgot to brush your teeth, and decided not to anyway? I have. As much as I like having a day off, I do get a little bored if I have nothing to do. I could go out and run some errands, but that would mean putting on pants, and that seems like an activity that would ruin this perfect day off. I know the travel days are waiting up ahead for me on the calendar, like the beginning of a maze that will have me twisting and turning for the rest of the year. Chris and the gang will send me somewhere in this big, great country of ours, and honestly, as much as I'm enjoying my time at home, I can't wait to go. I hope I see you out there, and maybe I'll even come to your town. If I do, make sure you say hello. As my wife would say to me when our children would climb into bed with us and put their feet in my face, it might not always be pretty, but we're all in this together. Here's to a great year, whether you lose 5 pounds or not.